hello. I'm a little distant sounding because today we are doing Gunpla. I'm so excited. This hobby setup is finally ready. I'm gonna shift my mic so it's gonna sound awful here. I apologize, but I realize I need a little bit more, need that little bit of extra height. Yeah, it looks like I need to get some settings done here. So this is a really weird kind of scenario. So, yeah. This way. That way. All right, I think this should be good. My settings are all very different. I have to kind of learn them. So, making the effort to try to figure this out right now. And I'm doing it kind of on a delay. So, all right, but I think this looks good. This looks good. I like this. I think we're in a good spot. All right, excellent. Well, yeah, I'm excited to get started. You know, this will be fun. So yeah, I guess we should talk about first. So yes, I am building GQuuux, the wonderful Gundam from Gundam GQuuux, the kind of alternate universe Universal Century Timeline show that came out this last year. Me and my co-host Dylan on Heretic Camera, link down below. We reviewed GQuuux after it was finished, and honestly, we both liked it a lot. We had definitely acknowledged there are a number of problems with it. But I think that is inherently the case with a great many shows. I forgot something. Hold on. I don't want it to die. I don't want its battery to die while we're doing this. Very careful so that I don't knock a bunch of shit over. The desk is done, but it's not perfect. Thank you so much. Sorry. This is such a scuff setup. Thank you, Lord Bob the Builder. Thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate that so much. Oh, hold on. Automod got you. Sorry. Sorry, I had to. Automod took that way. I guess apparently Automod does not like the word cuck. Sorry. Sorry, didn't mean for you to get hit with that one. Didn't know that it would do that. Oh, I know. And the problem is I take the better safe than sorry approach. Because especially in like a scenario like this where I'm doing the hobby stuff, I really need to bank on Automod being just kind of overprotective, and then I can just green light things as we go. Because granted, I don't get a lot of people around, so that could change if you stick around. But I love doing like the inserting the sales pitch. Let me know if the music's too loud or anything like that as well. I see the levels, but I don't know that they are particularly they can be, OBS's levels can be misleading. You do gotta get that good old QUUUuuuX, not a QUUUuuuX. But yeah, I'm excited to build this. I need to not slam the table too much, and so let's just get right into it. I have not touched this since it arrived just before I moved, and like I said, this is my first, real Gunpla kit. I did a little mini, like the gotcha piece of like the little Gundams. So, oh man, there's so much. New Bondi hobby site open. Oh my god, fucking there. All right. We're gonna need this, so we can get this sweet final product. All right. What I should have got was like a book stand for like instruction. Oh my god. Why is this way? Okay, hold on. I need to condense this. Okay, here we go. I was like, I do not wish to I really don't want to have this like gigantic page like staying open the whole time. Slide my washes down here. Actually, so yes, I know. So the background for if you don't know, I am primarily I'm a Warhammer guy, right? And the thing that happened was I wanted to know. I mean, I know a bunch of people who do, who do Gunpla, who are into Gundam. One of them being one of my best friends, Dylan. And I had been teaching him Warhammer on our podcast, Heretic Hammer, linked up below. And it came that, the thing is that I would always use what I kind of knew about Gunpla, which wasn't much, to try to give him a little bit of like learning about like what is everything you need, to kind of find some realm of recognition when I talk about building Warhammer kits, And for April Fools, we decided, it'd be really funny if we pretended that we were quitting Warhammer and that we were going to be a Gundam podcast, despite that the name didn't change. Which Heretic Hammer would not make a crazy amount of sense for a Gundam podcast. Yes, but there are things to draw from to get somebody interested, right? Like, or to be like, there's a runner or a sprue, right? Like we both utilize sprues, right? And now the question then ends up being the difference in the kits. So like right now, for example, everything's pre-painted here, right? So this is just a build because granted, this is a high grade kit. I'm starting slow here, So, I don't have a great place to put. Yeah, I don't need to airbrush today. Let me just settle these here. Let me put my random assortment. Okay, this is how moving works, right? This is how it is, right? I think in the painting sense, but when you get to the modeling and the kit bashing, we talk about this a lot actually. So when you get into the hobby episodes that we talk about after that, we find the routes, Sure, but granted, there are many who don't. For the difference really is obviously it's the game. it comes into all the different gameplay relations. Like this Kit Bash model I did with some 3D printed parts. This is for Kill Team, you know, and that's why it has the loadout it does. That's the other thing, and that's the difference. So, but with Gundam Assemble coming out, that's kind of partly why I was like, I think it's a good time to kind of find this middle ground. But yeah, welcome to my randomest pile of shit that's coming back from when I moved, which includes the Game Boy Advance game Namco Museum, the SpongeBob SquarePants Legend of the Lost Spatula Game Boy Color game, the PS1 Grinch game with not in its case, and the Lord of the Rings, the Two Towers full screen DVD. Just so you know where I'm at. Well, I was gonna say, I the thing about Gundam Assemble is that it's actually going to be the bigger paradigm, because a lot of people are going to compare it to 40K. The funny thing is it actually is going to have to be compared to it's going to have to be compared to Warhammer Underworld, because they're both hex-based hex-based card tabletop miniature games. I think there will be a lot of people who will find it will get, I think, an immediate realm of interest. I think the issue is, yes, it will end up with a similar realm of popularity to that of Underworld, because personally, I don't think the whole card and game thing is very, it's just something that a lot of people want. Oh yeah, just so, yeah, I mean, granted, I would say it's something that I want. I really wanted like a skirmish game, you know, something like Kill Team. Well, there's a card system in Assemble from what I saw. It's different. It's different than the card game. I know, those are different, but there is a card, like, it's like equipment and shit. Like, it's the board game is the board game, but they have like this thing. Yeah. I'm talking about it with Assemble specifically. What the fuck? Oh, that's the stopper. Okay. Just so, yeah, fun fact though, to show my stuff here quick. So I'm using, I gotta do the hand thing. The Ruya Tool 1.0 because I'm a cheap bitch. I've got my X-Acto knife. And then I use this little glass file, which actually works really well for model kits. Because I'm too lazy to get. Foam one. There we go. My brain shut down for a second. Okay. I need to find, so we're on, I need to figure out where I need to get a grasp here on which runner is what, so. I need to know which runner is which color. F. So I guess this doesn't attain a letter. So we got G. I'll put you there. I'm organizing here. So we got C. So I'll put C near G here. We got D. That can stay kind of where it is. And then F go up here as well by D, and then I'll keep A here, and then B can kind of come to the side. I actually can go in front. We'll set it in front. Gonna kind of rest on my paints. All right. Because then I need you to actually move over here. Sorry, Yeah, this is a, but yeah, I use this a lot. I started using this a lot with my Warhammer minis, and it does work very well. So I actually very like it. I like having it. All right, I need D and E. E. All right, 13. God, after using like this, after using like the basic one I had for so long, God, I had it for years. I recently had actually acquired the Rua tool. This is one of my first times using this. It's just, man, what a night and day difference this is. Just, it goes in like butter. All right. 11, 13. And we can get 7. So yeah, this might be all 3 streams this week. I'm just very excited about the hobby desk, so that's why I'm not playing games this week and I'm just doing this. Oh. The chair is all. There we go. Hello? Okay. All right. You know, I'll be honest, I've never been a crazy big like I've never been super crazy on the like what you know, the type of plastic and all that. I'm a very like, I hit in that very like casual realm of, you know, like, because I'm, you know, I exist primarily, or existed primarily as a like as a video and tech guy, right? Like I was the camera gear guy for a long time. And there was so long that I put so much effort into caring how much I had and my camera gear. Like this is a Panasonic S1 that this camera is. And I made documentaries. I did all that, you know. Like I have the most overkill ass setup for this for no reason other than I haven't made a documentary in a long time. I've been, you know, because I've been doing my normal media job, which does not have me use my own equipment. And so I just don't worry about it. And what I learned a lot in that time was that, like, man, it really didn't matter what the shit I had was. So I kind of stopped getting super into the weeds when I got into these hobbies. And, you know, I get a little bit, like, you know, I have an airbrush for painting. You know, I have some natural hair brushes, right? I'm not using like this thing. Hold on. I'm not using this fucking thing anymore. You know, this classic ass old Citadel shit. Like, but I used it for a long time because it just wasn't worth it to me to worry about that stuff until I felt like it just was like, all right, I'm in a I'm in a place where like, yeah, like I'm a lot more confident. I'm feeling good, so let's do some upgrading. That's what I did. So yeah, I'm a very much a large advocate. Plamo. I'm not sure what you're referring to there, sorry. I mean, I don't fucking, but I'll tell you what, I don't Zenithal shit. I tried it once. I need a lot more practice. I technically, okay, I've tried it a couple times, but with one kit type. And it just was so much. Oh, into that. I also just need to inspect it. The white ones is not as bad. Oh, the plastic. Yeah, okay. Mm-hmm. Scale, okay. That's the thing. It's like the idea of the snap fit models is so new in Warhammer. Like it's just it just wasn't a thing for so long, Oh, in here. I'm done. It is this one. Hold on. No. No, I was misseeing this. There we go. I'll zoom in a little. But yeah, no, we have in Warhammer we have nothing but we get nothing but glued. E5. Yeah, well, so no, I mean, Warhammer is only ever really. I mean, I guess at its very beginning, there was some realm of technically having some push fit aspects, but they always had some intention for you to glue them because. Oh no! Part down. Tiny part down. Tiny part down. Oh no! Uh-oh. I gotta find it. Hold on. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Can't find it. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Well, so I'll talk with that. I need like a net. We're in a little danger. I knew that would happen with this one. It was like it's this tiny circle. And I was like, it's gonna go down. It's gonna go down. I know it. Damn it. Oh. I hope was that if I went to look for it fast, that I could find it quickly. Does not appear to be the case. On that one. You know, you never think they can go that far when they don't fall very hard, but it's always tiny ones that just escape you. We can maybe hide that in the posing. Maybe we'll hide it in the posing. But yes. No, metal. Actually, metal was very prominent. It was like first. It's funny. They went kind of full cycle. So they started plastic. Then they would get pewter special. Then whole ranges became pewter. Then... like almost all of Sisters of Battle was metal. Granted, they weren't as big of an army as they are now, so it was different. But then yes, they had a lot of fine cast. Then fine cast became Forge World only. And then they went back to plastic, but a better plastic. And way more detailed. So they went kind of full circle, but it was honestly for the better. Okay, how? I guess which ring do I want to have the full thing for? I guess I'll just do this for now, and then I'll pick the other one. Well. That was unfortunate, but here we are. Let's continue. All right, E1. Ah. Oh, I'm dumb. Shit. I misread this. Oh, sure. I'm not sure what you mean by double cut. Up, coming back. That I need 6 containers. Oh, sure, sure. Yeah, I'll probably do that for the next arm. And then 8. So then it goes. Hold on, so. Oh, this definitely has got some shit to clean up here. I just see how that was doing. I did something with this knife recently where I was like, I may have given it some extra wear than I needed to. There we go. I think I can do this in a little bit now. I'm doing this stuff. I think this one mostly was pretty clean. I think it was mainly just this part here. Wow. Right under my nose. Okay. I need the wee woo, wee woo. I think technically this is supposed to go in first, but that's fine. No, it should go in second. Reggie. Okay. It should be second. I can kind of see why that is the case. Because it wants it all the way to the top. And then this to go in there. So. I also had it in upside down at first, but it's okay now. Oh, I'm looking at my monitor here. My monitor, the one I'm looking at here, I need to do some type of like calibration because it, for you guys, it looks way more blue than mine does. So there's at some point I need to do some type of coloring. And the problem is it's set up for like all of my like when I was doing film shit, which is like very different. You know. Do I have a good white card anywhere? I do. Would you like to see what I'm going to use for a white card? A white balance card? Careful. This white balance card's a little sus. Yep. There we go. Bogus. Bogus. My Mogus rests on my computer. So. Ooh, the intro. Okay, we need. Hold on. Have I missed? Have I gone ahead one next step? Oh, I am. I'm not starting at the top. Oops. Fine. Left arm. I don't know. It's the inside. So the first. The way this like comes in weird. So it's like it unfolds into the Declaration of Independence here, right? And then first, like, this side is all color, but then when you flip it, the inside is all gray. Why? I don't know. But what it made it confusing was for me to determine which was supposed to kind of be the front or not. So let's maybe start this the way that it was intended here. Oh, white balance cards? Well, they're not gray. It depends on the light you look at them in. Most of them are a normal white because inevitably they're the same white that you would see on like a sheet of paper. It's just often the hue, whatever, or like whatever realm of like shading is hitting it, which could vary a lot of things. But they're definitely not meant to be like look gray, you know. If it does, then probably not a very good white balance. I'm cutting. I'll keep it here. Oh, if you're talking about those ones, yeah, I don't. Those are because those are meant to have all these like extra shit with them. They also have like shit for back focus. I don't know a goddamn person that uses one of those. I have been in the media industry for 10 years. I don't know a fucking person that has ever carried one of those with them. These like big ass studios do that shit, but like they're using gear and stuff that just is not conducive for like indie filming and news. The news doesn't give a shit. Like, it's okay, we do, but like, you know, it'll be like we'll just have like a card, like, or like literally anything. Like I just like, you know, I can pull a receipt and be like, bam, you know, like just something, you know. It'd just be like whatever the hell. I use my ID card. Like I use my ID card a bunch of the time. I've always just been in like the run and gun type of film business. I've never done like movie and Hollywood shit. So like I never touched that. I've never used that. I've never known anybody to have that in their possession. Like, cause back focus, if you fix it, you generally just fix it at the station. Yeah, it really like, again, like I live in such a run and gun world of media that like it's just like I went over that stuff in school and that was like the last time I ever saw it, even in the PBS station that I was taught at. Rest in peace, PBS, by the way. That shit sucks. PBS. But I know it's not dead, but they lost all of their funding. All of that stuff, all the cool stuff that they make for local programming is very much, if not dead, very much in danger. The public broadcasting station, which is not it really okay. Let me give you a good example here. So PBS stations are not, they're not their own, they're almost very little, not often their own entities, right? For example, mine was within a school. Where did I put B? Oh, B here. And the issue with that is what happens often, and in very much the case the one I went to, is any of that stuff that's taken through Pledge Drive is the amount of money that they would have to raise every year to keep the lights on at a PBS station would be astronomical. The thing is, they are often backboned by whatever housing entity is hosting them. So in the case of mine, it was a school, it was a college. And yes, again, but the thing is, whatever, having that stuff cut from you, it's a hindrance. It's a continuing push to try to keep things away from them. Because what happens in the case of my school is they would do their pledge, the PBS station would do the pledge drive, and then all that money goes into the school, not the station. The station would maybe see close to about definitely a percentage, and honestly, I believe from what I remember back then, the head of the department telling me it was well less than 50%. So your dollar that you would give PBS in that fund, right? They saw 40 cents. And in a media environment where everything is just so horrendously expensive, that really matters. But they're owned technically by a school, so they get to make that decision. Whether or not it's right is a different question, but that's what happened. So confused for him. But that's where the money goes. The money doesn't often. So the thing is, and that's true for a number of PBS stations, and it's true for a number of publicly funded stations. They get some type of backbone. They don't do it all on their own funding. I mean, my God, you know how little they fucking make, dude? Those pledges, they don't do anywhere near enough. The amount that these stations make on a pledge doesn't even cover one person's salary half the time. There's so much extra that they need. It's not, the pledge does not do it. Maybe if some stations have very good and generous, people, then sure, maybe they're different. Maybe they're different enough, right? But it's not honest. It's not honestly, it really is not as simple as just they have pledge, they don't. Pledge gets them maybe they can reliably look at that for a clean, $40,000. Yes, I do know it. I got the over the air part, but it's not. None of it is. None of it is something that should have been touched. Much like the VA, I always will support my veteran homies out there. Just some of these things shouldn't have been touched, because because where'd the money go anyway? Fucking didn't come to me. I'm still broke as shit. I think this goes first. It's not enough for me to continue talking about it, but I just don't like to see the things that don't need to be I don't like seeing things that don't need to be bothered with. Not only be bothered with, but be bothered with for, you know, from a, like, essentially a political gain. What? It's, okay. This has to go here. Lots of things have changed, though. That environment's changed a whole lot. I'm very happy my local PBS station is doing, they are doing this thing where they, like, have people come visit it soon now. It sucks that they don't do any programming. They barely do any programming there anymore. But a lot of it got moved to a different city nearby. Not nearby, but like an hour away. I cut the right one. Did I fuck up again? Did I do 41 instead of 40? Is that why I'm confused here? I did do 41 first. No. This is what's confusing me right now. Hold on, let me do it this way. This will be better. So, 41, I guess is here, and I guess this is 40. Why is this not on this side? It made me think this was 40 because it was here, right? But I guess this is 41 because it's here. Which isn't a big deal. Both 40 and 41 go next to each other. It's just... Why make it this confusing? Going in, it's not very clear. I guess. Just annoying. The instructions here, however, are not being incredibly clear to me at the moment. Because, so... It, like, kind of wants me to put this... I mean, here's the thing. This is 40. 40 is this very tiny one here. And 41 is the bigger one. But it's saying the bigger one is 40. Maybe I'm just misseeing this? Oh yeah, maybe I meant... Oh, no. Ugh. Okay, so okay, it wants this to like go here. Cause this goes here. I think it is just sitting there, but it just seems too loose. Yes, 41 disc come with decals, which I've neglected to put on. But good. But speaking of actually, where did I put that decal? Here we are. Yeah. Oh, that's probably why I'm confused. Okay. Now it makes sense. I need to grab my tweezies. I need to bring my magnifying glass down one moment. This is gonna get a little extra bright here. Because my magnifying glass is also my like light for this. Okay. Oh, are you talking about with like the visor being closed, or? You know, I'm just kind of following this as I go part. I'm like kind of off camera. I just realized I looked at my my VTuber being asleep. That's what number 5 is. What 5 is? So 5 is because it looks. That doesn't look like the bat. That doesn't look like an eye. 5. There. Doesn't look like an eye. Five is on the top part. 5 goes up here. Sorry, the bottom. 5 goes there. That's where 5 goes. Oh, I know. We're doing all right, though. Honestly, I would say that this is doing. Well, and that's why I have a magnifying glass. So, magnifying glass is incredibly clutch for these. Hello, Maisie. You coming to me because you wish for snacks? No, this is the well. Okay, I have a backlog of Warhammer, yeah, but no, of Gunpla. No, this is literally the only Gunpla in my possession. It will not be the last. This is the first one I ever bought. Look, much like when I got my first Kit of Sisters, I didn't buy another one until I finished it. And then when I get really into it, that will change. Okay, you need to like, I need you to chill the fuck out, sticker. Get off the too easy. Oh my god. Here it goes. I need you to stay. No. You know, I was never big on the, yeah, that's pretty true for Warhammer, too. That's what I get a lot of times when I'm building Warhammer is, you know, I when I have people come here, they'll ask me, you know, what, hey, I want to build blank army, what should I get? And I'm like, well, here's all these kits. Pick one, create a backlog, and have fun. Because that's how it goes. Woo! All right. I am back up a little bit now. Be in a little more. Okay. Yeah, well, so that's a big thing is that I kind of knew going into this that I would have a lot. Part of the honestly this kind of this like experiment with me doing this is it's kind of partly also just to see like after doing Warhammer model building specifically for, you know, the past 4 years, what you know, like what is the what's kind of the like what would be the not learning curve, but like how would it feel? Okay, this needs to go. Yeah. Pretty much. No, and that's why I think I always try to get, you know, and it's pretty true from Warhammer kit building, and that's why it's like, honestly, even some aspects I would say it's even simpler. Okay. All right, I've correctly created the sandwich. This feels way better. This feels way better now. Oh, you. I need to move you. Hold on. There we go. All right, that should help. I have some. The lamp and stuff is kind of blocking my face. So I think that's why it was putting me to sleep. If I'm not in the camera, my VTuber's eyes, I essentially like sleep. All right. Alright, we need to do A1. I don't know if I will like Assemble. I will have to really see. I am very interested in it. I would not whether or not I think I will be a fan, because again, to me what matters is how the game plays. I've heard people say the models are great, but that is only half the battle. See, here's the thing, right? Like, I love building Warhammer, but I love building Warhammer because I also love playing their games, right? I like playing 40K. I like playing, yes, that's a whole thing. No, again, I would say look up when you see because I remember watching like the gameplay thing. Look up Warhammer Underworlds, then rewatch the Gundam Assemble gameplay breakdown, and you'll see what I mean. Okay, maybe I should bring you more over here. I'm gonna go to sleep again. I'm just so sleepy. In a way, that's true. All right. Okay. Oh, okay, and then I need D3 and F2. And granted, I definitely wouldn't say, I can't say with utmost confidence that obviously their gameplay is the exact same, because obviously not. But it's just more that like it's what it reminds me more of versus something like because like, as far as I know, BattleTech has a little bit more like it has a little bit more gameplay things that are like slightly closer to kind of like what like Warhammer does, because it's a war game more, not a skirmish game, right? Isn't it? Is it a skirmish game? I thought it was a war game, but BattleTech. I've begun dabbling in 3D printing. It has not been set up yet. It's been a minute. I have not set it up. Sorry, actually I'm wrong. I did recently just set it up. But it's not ready. Yeah, that was the right one. It wasn't going in here, and I'm like, am I an idiot? No, I'm not an idiot. I'm just putting it back. Trying so hard. Oh, goodness gracious. Sorry, that was that ended up be going off camera because I'm just like, where are you going? Keep an eye on the time there, quick. That could be fun. That would definitely be worth looking into at some point, for sure. dealing with some smoothing here. All right. Would you? Man. All right. Back to the tweezers. Yeah. It's so... It's not even just like... It's like twofold. It's like... It's not just that like, oh, you're a scab. It's like, oh, you didn't... It's not as good. You know, like, oh, you didn't get... This isn't a GW kit. Well, that's why it looks bad. And it's like, bro, shut the fuck up. This is a hobby, bro. Like, I don't know what the fuck this shit is. Hold on. I was not listening to music until now. This is like kind of supposed to be like a non-copyrighted metal playlist, and it just went to some dubstep shit. I just wasn't ready for that. But yeah, F1, Formula One. Okay, anyway. The thing is, like, I will always hold that it's like, yes, I get it. A company, unfortunately, one way or the other, has to police their copyright, otherwise they stand to lose it, which then you really don't want, because then the company that makes all of your cool lore that you love is gone. So, you know, so I can get like the feeling that like, or that they need to protect their copyright in some instances. And to be fair, there are 3D print creators out there who do make non-legally distinct models, you know? Because granted, a spaceman with power armor is something that you can kind of avoid pretty easily, to be honest, because there's so many out there. All you have to do is make it kind of tactical, right? You know, I showed this actually piece earlier. So this is a model that is a combo of 3D printed pieces and GW plastic. So this cape, the torso and the head, that's all GW plastic. And then, you know, base, legs, gun, that's all resin. But like, this is not how Space Marine legs look. If you look at this versus the GW kit, it doesn't look like this, like, at all, you know. And you know, this is meant to be like a stylized kind of White Scarsy-esque, or I think it's actually meant to be kind of Blood Angels-y, but you know, whatever. It's just anything with bird, right? Anything with wing. And then Bolter is kind of easy to just kind of make into your own. You can just kind of do it. So yeah, just like, you know, but it's enough, right? It's enough where it's not just like a straight ripoff. And that's the best part of using those is to kit bash with them. Sorry, I'm checking for bits. It is 8K, correct. I have an Elegoo Mars 4. I didn't want to spend a lot of money to start. And to be honest, if I ever get a different one, I think with the way it's advancing, I probably would just move to an FDM printer for the next printer. That stuff is advancing so good. That's why this thing is sunk. Hold on. Maybe not. Maybe I just need to move it up more though. Or it needs to move down. No, wait. No, it needs to move up. There you go. Thank you. Okay. And, oh yeah, decals. Here we go again. It's okay. Oh, hold on. Shoot, 1 second. It's raining and I've certain windows open that shouldn't be open. 1 second. There we go. Okay, we're good. My bad. All right. We need to be using which M4. This goes in the middle. Okay. A little bit of extra piece of it came off, and I was worried that I removed the sticky part on accident. Yeah, I mean, yeah, whatever. I don't. a lot of that honestly doesn't matter to me a crazy amount, you know? Yes, Macy. You know, sure. And you know what? Again, that ain't my fight. They can do what they can do what they want. Ooh, it's raining now. I know, sweetheart. She's probably stressed. I should give her. Hold on. I need to give my dog her medication. 1 second. It's okay, Maisie. Alright. Chill in here with me, okay, Maisie? Yeah. She gets a little anxious with the rain. She's just an anxious little baby. Oh, good God. This one. Hold on. I think it's bigger. Just want to climb up. There we go. GQuuuuuX head. Let's go. I know there's the unopened state head here. I'm just not. I don't want it. All right. Body next. out here. Okay. 2A. Right, this up a little. God, working with exacto knives and models is like such an important lesson to teach people who are getting into hobbying. I didn't do it for such a long time, and it's just like so useful. It's just like cutting through butter. You don't need to force it. Just making sure everything's nice and clean. That's all you got to do. Just keep it clean. And then let me get to like this. I don't have the lights straight above me this time. It's actually interesting to see how it's trying to light it, how I'm lighting it now. Oh, knows it. See, I slipped there a little. If I was putting force into the blade, could have been a real bad time. Obviously in that respect, I can't say. Yeah, I mean, GW, I feel like, has been in a very mixed bag, especially between AOS and 40K. AOS and fantasy has been hitting so fucking hard, but 40K is generally, I would say, hit. I would say they've had more hits than misses, but it's not as clear cut. It's not as super yeah, it is the best it's ever been. Yeah. And and I mean, I think that's important because, I think I think those things should be there because I think what they do is even if they get shut down or whatever, I think it tells doing those and not buying, like when you have these moments, right? Not buying the kits, doing something else, and it shows, you know, it shows that it shows companies why or what they're you know, like what you're interested in, you know. A great example of this in the Warhammer space is the onset of people getting really into Trench Crusade. You know, people are seeing what is being made with Trench Crusade, and they're like, "Hell yeah, brother! I'm so into this," and you know, are willing to kind of to jump ship a little, not a whole lot, not totally, but a little. Is this like kind of off? I think it might be a little. I think I might have gone like maybe slightly too far down. It might also just be the way the kit is. Because the kit wants me to squeeze all the way down. Maybe I'm not down enough. Maybe I wasn't all the way down. Make sure. I'm all the way in. Because it should be based on the image. So maybe I just wasn't in all the way. Yeah, see how there's this like huge gap here? If it's not on one side, it's on the other. Okay, I've kind of fixed it. It's not what I would like to see. And this may be a bit of a case in point maybe to what you were talking about. So I think what I'll do next time is I'll maybe get a light set up for back here so that there's a little bit more balance and I can maybe keep the magnifying glass, because actually I'm finding the magnifying glass more helpful to keep the whole time. Okay. I wasn't gonna push down on that. I was needing to see. All right, we're at F9 and B11 now. Which is not on the 8th room. Or 9 and 8. Yeah, I mean, I've already started to kind of notice that a little, and it is very helpful. The push fit stuff that GW has been making has been pretty good about that too. Like they've been doing a very good job with their push kits. That being said, I'm still not at a crazy good. I'm not a crazy big fan right now of the weight of everything about GW's push fit kits, because they're a little too monoposed, you know. And you know, if you like if you know anything about, you know, like as is the like case by many things in Gunpla, you know, posability is fun, and we like that in Warhammer too. We like our models to be posable, differently posable, so that we can, you know, have our character be a special way. And unfortunately, there's a lot of kits nowadays that are more and more monoposed, unless you like you get really creative, which you can, but you should allowed to be given. You should be given, as you kind of used as a analogy before. You should be given the canvas, not on swath. No, it's gotten greedy, unfortunately. It's everything to make everything as cheaply as possible so that profits can be maximized. And unfortunately, we as a consumer pay the price for that. And unless we act on that, then it will do nothing. They'll just keep doing it. And so that's why I always tell people, like, you know, if it is bothering you, like, then yeah, like, put your dollar somewhere else. I think the thing that happens is people get very coded into the idea that, like, well, if you just put it, that doesn't work, because then they just close. And it's like, all right, bro, I'm gonna tell you right now, if the collective of us didn't buy a GW kit for like if everybody didn't buy a GW kit for like a month, GW would not close. They wouldn't get run out of business. They're a $1 billion company. They're not just gonna run out of money after a month, but it will sure as shit send a message. So like, that's, do the things. I'm not maybe necessarily to that level. But there was character. I think about this a lot with Warhammer Fantasy versus AOS, where AOS kind of was a little memey, to be honest. It was a little memey. You know, it was just, you could, the right way, you know, like everything was kind of goofy. I think that's the wrong one. You know, a lot of things were like kind of goofy, and it took itself seriously, just not too seriously. And now it takes itself incredibly seriously, and it's kind of a bummer. It's not, and that's what I mean. I mean that specifically fantasy. 40K is kind of always taking itself relatively seriously, but I do feel like some of the campiness that used to exist is gone, and I do miss that a little. But it's specifically my gripe is with the way that AOS is versus fantasy. But yes, no, I do not. I've built some old shitty kits. I don't miss old shitty kits. I miss the character that kind of existed in a lot of them. But that's more from a character design standpoint too, but not necessarily just the game. E1. Oh, where'd you go? There you are. Where'd you go? Aha, I pre-cut it. Where's the other E1 now? Okay, there you are. Go. D 18 and 17. this side, this side. Let me do some cleaning here. Are you similar condition? All right. All right. Hello, Odin. I had to read that. I'm so like my eyes are so like into the like magnetized, like my magnifying glass. That I like my eyes. I didn't just look at the text. Hello, it's good to have you here. I got. I need to. Oh no, I had these right the first time. My brain is like shutting down here. Give me, sorry. Yeah, okay. I see it now. Okay. Freaking hell, that was just my brain could not handle what I was looking at. good. Good movement. That's good. Where'd I put the other one? There you are. Oh, that's fine. It was a little bright. And the rain has stopped. Cool. Put these straight for now. Oh, maybe actually a little. B. Sure. Look. All right. Shut up, Dylan. Shut up. What, you mean this super glue right here? This stuff? This stuff right here? This stuff right here? Dude, all right, actually when I moved, the super glue was so like it was so stuck that I had, look at the amount of like the shit I had to do to get the pliers to open it. This bottle got fucked up. Hey, but you know what? It opens now. That's what matters. All right. C11. All right. See? Oh man. First time hitting the C sprue. One thing I will note that GW has also been doing a very good job of in their kit. Granted, a very different concept. So, not necessarily one that I could say that Bondi could really maybe totally do sensibly. But they really have done a good job at putting like all of this parts that any of the pieces that all need to go near each other on the same sprue. Yeah, that's what exclamation points mean, right? Okay, so C11 right into this peg. You as this. Hold on, time out. What the fuck is that? Did I not notice that before? I'm back. I'm all back. There was was a piece, but I guess I just flung it off when I did that. Not there anymore. I mean, yes, there. I guess that's valid. I'll keep this straight up as much as I can here. Yeah, I mean, but I will say, like, for example, they have, you know, the A sprue is kind of this, like, you know, oops, multicolored one. Knocked a runner over. All right, what do I need again, though? A 34, 27, and 28. Do these two. Oops. I've dug into the piece, the bit a little bit. My bad. I have my chat on my phone. It's also kind of my like stream monitor, so I can kind of see if my like model gets like hyper messed up at some point. But luckily my setup for this has actually been working for the most part pretty good once I kind of figured out the good webcam placement. I think I've learned just a couple ways to improve it, but all minor, all things that I already have, so nothing I need to like do incredibly difficultly. Don't worry about that. I can explain. Yeah, I should probably do these stickers first. Where are you? There you are. Other decal sheet. Okay, we need a 16 and 17. I'm sorry, these wanted to go on the back? What? No. Oh, there it is. Okay, I see that. Okay. doesn't line up super greatly. This is not an amazing over setup here for this. Because it's like flat here. It's flat on the top of this decal. So it's not on the top of this screw. So, or this bit. Also, like, this is meant for like this side, but it's supposed to be on this side. The angle's wrong. That's the part that is the sticker. Okay, I think I'm gonna make some personal decisions here. Please. It's also much larger than it is, so I wonder if some of this is, there's an expectation for some cutting here. I mean, that's how these fucking that's how the ones by GW have been. Uh-oh. I have accidentally broken this piece of the bit. That I might have to fix in a minute. Let me get through the decal first. Yeah. I do have, yeah, I've got some, yeah. Of course I got plastic glue. I play Warhammer. We do nothing but get high off the smell of plastic glue. Me a thin cement is like a rite of passage. Why we're willing to deal with their pricing, because we're actually just secretly high as shit off of the plastic glue. Oh. Okay. I guess for some reason, when looking at them on the runner, I thought that those were. Yeah, looking at the image, you're right, but I thought that was, yeah, weird. There you go. Honestly, that's something I would rather just paint. So, but I guess here we are. No, that isn't meant to go there. No, okay. I see what I've done wrong here. I meant to go here. They might get a little fucked looking now. So I was right kind of the first time I looked at this, but my curiosity of even why they're going here is, we'll have to, I guess, find the answer for later. They're meant to be here. There's a different color that goes for that, where I was putting stuff. What? Or reverse these somehow at some point. All right. Lay down, decal. Lay down. There we go. Woo! Oh man, so much focus. All right, we're gonna try to finish up. We'll try to get through the whole torso here, and then I think that's where we'll kind of call it. We'll do a little. I'll do a little sample with the head and the torso. But oh my god, a lot to do with the torso. A lot of decals still to go in here. Let's see. We're looking for B14. Work phone, but not work text. But don't care. Alright. Here we go. Clean this up and then more decals. Mangle this little. So let's do 7 first. And then 8. At 9. And then 10. And then we'll get to the most important one that I have seen on this decal sheet. go. Pomeranians. Let's go. Let's go, Pomeranians. Let's go. All right. So color's got to go on first. Go lower. Or is it? Oh no. Oh, there's just some pieces are not there to fill it more. So yeah, I'm going on the right. There we go. Now it's sitting nicely there. And then you write it in here. All right. A89. And then E18 and 17. Yeah. And I see a Gunpla that's going to be visible. I don't want to use the tweezers for this, but I have to. Add it back. Right upside down. All right, B. 13 and 15. How? See, like, what? Trying to see, like, what is actually meant to be removed here. 15. Number 15. Burger Bing Bum Bum. We need to get decal 11 here. Luckily, it's at least a decent size. Oh no! Alright. F6. Get it all the way up through there. There we go. All right. And then I have it upside down. Okay. Let's fix that. Yeah, there we go. All right, now. There we go. That's a torso and a head. Kind of loosely put it in here. I mean, it's not like stepped off very difficultly anyway. So yeah, there it is. Let's do this quick. There we go. GQuuuuuuX. A head and torso. Needs his body tilt. Yeah. There we go. All right. That's going to do it for today's stream. Thank you so much to anybody that's been here today. Yeah. Hey, I'm away from the microphone. Hey, what's up? Yeah, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. We're gonna be back tomorrow doing the same thing. Thank you. I'm very proud with the way this is coming along. So excited for that. And then yeah, tomorrow we'll be back here 10 a.m. Central Time and doing more building. And then so Thursday, if we do not finish GQuuuuuuX, which could be the case, I mean, we are only on the second page of 8. No. 7. So we got a little bit to go here. We got more decals to get through. And you know, it's gonna be, it'll be fun, but the pages, the rest of the pages are also bigger things, so we could maybe finish it tomorrow. We'll see though. We'll find out. We'll go as it goes, you know. We will take her as she goes. But yeah, until then, thank you so much for hanging out here. Appreciate it. And yeah, see you tomorrow, hopefully. The more we stick around, the more that affiliate button comes alive, and we can have some good fun here. So until then, I'll see you later. Bye.